Go ahead and set up like normal for me. All right, so their stance is pretty much in your armpits. We want to narrow that stance a little bit, okay? So narrow that, and what we want is we kind of, let me take that from you real quick. We kind of want a club head width, so there you go. The reason why we want that, Johnny, is so the swing, go ahead and set up to it. The swing is more up and down instead of around. As the stance gets wider, so does the swing. The swing goes more inside. We want the swing to be more up and down, okay? So let's narrow that up. And what we're also going to do is position your weight a little bit forward, okay? So there's going to be about 80% of your weight there and 20% on your back foot, okay? Yep. All right, so the way this swing comes in, what you're going to feel, it comes in more, an airplane would land gradually, right? Yeah. An airplane would not land abruptly like that. So I want you to feel like you're a little bit more wide with your swing. So go ahead, hit one for me. Good. So you see how he's barely taking a divot there? That's kind of where we want. We want it to come in more, I was telling him, more like an airplane would land, gradually coming down to the ground. And that's how we kind of want our chips and pitches there. And it's coming off with a ton of spin there, ton of spin. Good shot, Johnny. Hit one more for me. A little bit wider, right? Feel wide and wide. There you go. A little bit thin, a little bit thin. Hit one more. Good, good. So his weight distribution is staying to that front foot, which is what we want. So that ensures us that we're going to hit the golf club. The golf club's going to hit behind the ball first. Just like any kind of normal shot, right? Any kind of iron shot, we want to hit that. The club wants to hit the golf ball first, and that's what we're doing here. It's just a little bit slower and it's a little bit wider. So we talked earlier about using the bounce, right? Johnny really uses that bounce. So Johnny, the bounce of the club, it's different for everything. So we're kind of in firm conditions here in Georgia right now with a little bit of a drought. So he has a lower bounce on his club, and that's good for firm conditions. So he's barely taking a divot here, sweeping the grass, which is really good. Going to produce a very good ball flight, predictable ball flight, and predictable spin as well. It's really going to feel good. If he had a higher bounce on these firmer conditions, you'd really see the leading edge hitting the center of the golf ball. He'd be hitting a lot of skulls and a lot of thin shots. So I like the lower bounce. We want higher bounce in softer conditions, so the leading or the bounce could dig into that, and the leading edge can meet up with the club with the higher bounce in softer conditions. So hit a couple more for me, and then we'll go straight into a drill, okay? All right. Good. You see how Johnny, I mean, right away I told him weight, forward, narrow stance, and a wider swing arc. And he's doing that really good. I mean, he's got a great little pitching action right here. Good. And it's coming off, I mean, all of these shots, like that one in particular, I couldn't probably see it from the camera, but it had a ton of spin. It just kind of dropped and stopped, you know? Tour shot right there. Good. All 3 and 4 or 5 of these shots, the ball flight has been the same and the spin has been the same. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for predictability. So, Johnny, on this next one, I want the same thing, but I kind of move the ball position towards the middle. Okay. Same width. And I want you to open the club face up. So how we open is we always open it and then take our grip. Perfect. All right, let's see if we can hit a little bit higher one. Good. Now, you really got underneath that one and hit kind of a flop shot, which was really good. But I want you to feel wider and longer. I want this thing to come off higher, but I also want it to come out longer. Right. I don't want it right underneath hitting this little, you know, tuck pin shot. Good. So Johnny, on this one in particular, so this is a great way. Look, we're looking at different trajectories. He was hitting a really normal kind of a low trajectory with a pitch, with his standard loft. Really looked good. But now, every now and then, we got to hit something a little bit higher. So with Johnny, he's having the issue of getting that club underneath too quick, and it's just kind of going straight up, which is not a bad shot if you got a pin, a hole location that's kind of a little bit closer and tucked to the edge. But I want this thing to fly a little bit longer, so I'm going to really talk to him about follow through on this next one. So go ahead and set up there, John. So on this next one, the backswing looks great. It's here. I want you to feel, instead of feeling like this, like breaking the wrist. I want you to film one. Like that. Okay? Very exaggerated right there. Good. There you go. So when you finish though, Johnny, that's not bad. Not bad, but I like to see this go to the back flag. So on this next one, Johnny, when you finish, I want you to go ahead and hold on to it. I'm sorry. So you're here, and then I want you to stop there. Don't get it all the way up here. Stop there. It's still going to come out high because we're controlling the trajectory, not with the width of the swing or the length of the swing, but with the speed and with the loft. The loft is what's going to get this ball flight in the air. Better. So came out higher, a little bit longer with some spin. That's a good shot. So again, that gets us back to the ball flight laws there, right? Loft, spin, trajectory. Loft is doing the work. He's really he's opened up that 58 degree to about a 64 or 65 degree, and he's letting the loft do the work. He's not trying to force it. You don't see Johnny. If Johnny was trying to force this thing up in the air, go ahead and set up, he would really kind of be like this at impact. And he's not. He's staying. He's keeping his weight forward and letting the loft do the work. And that's a good play right there. Good swing. Hit one more. Good. So it's coming out super spinny and a little bit higher. I love that shot. So Johnny, keep hitting these. Okay, I'm going to go get this alignment stick over here. Okay. Yeah, a little bit. That way forward. Better.